September is the month that reminds us that time is moving with or without you. It's not just a placeholder until the holidays. September is here to remind us that we need to stay committed and intentional towards building the life of our dreams. Here's the thing, summer, she's for excuses. I'll start when life slows down. I'll start when things get easier, when I'm less busy. But the truth is, has life ever waited for anyone? No. This month, this season, it's the opportunity for you to build the momentum, to stop waiting around for the perfect time to come, because quite frankly, that time is now. So the real question is, how many seasons are you willing to sacrifice before you truly go after your dreams? All right. Hi, I'm Angel, and welcome to my little corner of the internet. I make videos for the girlies online who are just trying to keep their head above water, okay? And if you've been here before, you know I'm all about encouraging you to chase your dreams and to stop living your life on autopilot. It's 2025. Now, today's video, it's about getting very specific. It's one thing to say we're gonna stop wasting time and we're gonna get our life together and we're gonna do X and Y and Z, but it's something completely different to outline and get specific about what those things are and what matters the most to you in this season of your life. Today, we are going to outline our 5 top priorities for the month of September. Those things that will truly help us to reset and get intentional and build the momentum that we need to start 2026 as our best self, as the version of ourselves we keep putting off, as the woman we keep wanting to become, but are scared to really tap into that full potential. That's what we're doing today. I want you to think of today as ground zero, the starting line to our Cool Girl Bootcamp, really tapping into the changes and the weather and the grounding that comes with fall. This is all about laying the foundation, so that way by the time that 2026 rolls around, in 4 months, can you really believe that, 4 months? You'll be ready. And you won't even be ready, you'll be at the starting gate, ready to kick off 2026 as that. I said what I said. It's time to audit your time. Where is your time really going? I want you to think about last week, last month. Where did your time truly go? And I'm not asking you this in a shameful way or an embarrassing way, but to really hold you accountable for the 24 hours in a day that we all share. So for me, I really started to jot down every single thing that I need to do in a day, in a week, in a month, personally and professionally. Because if we don't get the things done at work that we need to do in those 40 hours that we set aside, it comes home with us. And that's not the way that we want to live our lives. We want to have that separation of church and state, of personal and professional, of boundaries. And the best way to set that is to know where those boundaries need to go. To be real with you, I think the hardest part about navigating change in life, especially when we're so close to our dreams we can taste it, is that authenticity. I think it's hard for us to recognize that we are wasting our time. Do I not have time? Or am I not using the time I have wisely? Because downtime and rest is essential for all of us, for everything. To be successful, we need to rest. But does that rest leave you feeling motivated and productive, or does it leave you feeling drained and down? But I almost think the overconsumption of media and scrolling kind of leads to that negative and self-doubt in ourselves. When you scroll online, does it make you feel better? Or do you start to compare yourself with other people that you see? Do you see other couples and think, oh, I wish my man did that for me. I wish I had that car. I wish I had that job. That's my dream. Why does that person get to have my dream and I don't? That's envy. That's comparison. Comparison is the theft of joy, and that's not what we need in our lives. To combat my very excessive levels of procrastination, I started setting 30-minute timers throughout my day. For this 30 minutes, you're gonna read emails. For this 30 minutes, you're gonna go do this. You're gonna do that. You're gonna do this. That has helped me to focus in on short term. I think as a society, we're losing our ability to stay focused long periods of time. So I decided, okay, let's break it down. Instead of working on my full 8-hour, 9-hour day at work, let's break it down into hours. Let's break it down into 30 minutes, 15-minute intervals to see what I can get done. And I've noticed a tremendous change. So I might encourage you to do it and see how much more gets done, because it allows your brain to get all those things done, but you focus on the task at hand. Blah, 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 blah. The reason I like to incorporate journal prompts into my videos is because it's a lot easier to tap into yourself when someone is guiding you. When you have to face those difficult conversations alone, it's uncomfortable. And quite frankly, nobody likes to be uncomfortable. That's why it's not getting done. That's why we're here every month resetting, because we're not staying focused. I want to know, where does your energy go every week? Where did you spend the majority of your time day to day? What are your priorities? What are the things that should be getting done and are getting swept under the rug? And what are the things that are getting done that don't necessarily need to be a priority? Did the places where your time is going give you joy? Did it give you energy? Or honestly, did it just drain you? Because a lot of times, the places where we spend time, we have to spend them there, right? We have to go to work. We have to make money. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your personal time. What are you doing with the time that you could be allotting to making your future life easier, to stepping into your dream self? If you're anything like me, time is money. So I want to ask you, if your time really was currency, are you spending it on the things that matter the most? Are you looking for a discount on the things that you should be paying full price for? Are you trying to nip and negotiate on the things that you shouldn't be negotiating on, the things that you should be standing on business? Clock it. Moving forward, I really want to encourage you every day for the next week to really tap into where your time goes. If it's at work, what am I spending the most of my time doing? If it's personally, check that iPhone and see, where did I spend most of my time this week? Did I spend 10 hours on Instagram when I said I didn't have time to go to the gym or I didn't have time to prioritize my other goals? I want you to jot down every single thing that you do in a week and almost put it into buckets. These are things that I'm doing that are my main priorities, and these are the things I don't really need to do, but I find myself doing anyways. Where are those time sucks? What are those things that give you energy? Outline those, and when you are building your schedule for the following week, recognize that and clock it. Hold yourself accountable to your goals, because if you don't, no one else will. Once you really take the time to audit your life and to see where you're spending your time, now it's time to identify those non-negotiables in the areas where you really need to lock in. My perspective on this is that the less that you're focusing on, the more clarity you have towards those goals. So instead of trying to fix everything in 2025, this month we're just going to focus on maybe 3 things that you really want to focus on and see growth in the month of September. As women, we like to have our cake and eat it too. We like to achieve all of our goals, as many as we can, in as short of amount of time as we can. And I've heard something the other day by Vivian, your rich BFF, about how we are always chasing the next thing instead of being comfortable just sitting in our current success. And as women, I think once we get one goal, we're on to the next goal instead of reflecting and appreciating how much effort and time went into achieving that goal. If you're the kind of person like me who likes to say yes to everything and every opportunity, you are basically yesing your way to burnout. You are overloading your plate to where it gets to the point where you are committed to so many different areas, to so many different people, to so many different things that then you don't have the time to put yourself first. And here we go. There's not a lot of time. There is time, but there's not time for everything. And we need to prioritize the things that matter the most. Last year, I was in my volunteer organization. I was really disappointed by my lack of engagement. There were so many things I wanted to do to give back to the community, but I physically did not have the time nor the bandwidth because I was committed to coaching. And I realized, as much as I loved coaching, I was coaching for them. I wasn't coaching for me. I find myself giving a lot to others and not receiving and putting that same love into myself, into the things that I want to do. And that just really has to do with setting boundaries. Sometimes we're so worried about what we're doing for everybody else, we're not even setting the boundaries needed with ourselves. We are selling ourselves short, selling ourselves out, because we know we can handle a lot, but we don't have to. Just because you can handle the world doesn't mean you need to wear it on your shoulders. You don't need to wear that pressure. It's okay to take a step back and to move slowly. It is okay, as we are settling into the fall, to get more grounded, to reflect on the things that no longer serve you and to cut them out of your life. And I know it hurts. It almost feels like you're letting people down, but how can you let other people down when you're not even putting yourself first? That's backwards. What are those areas of life that don't really seem to be finding their spot right now in the season of your life that you're in? You don't have to give up on something forever just because it doesn't fit into the season of your life that you're in now. It is okay to say, you know what, for 2025, 2026, these are my priorities. And if I really, truly want to loop back to things in 2027, I can. And give yourself the grace to make these decisions. How do you want to feel at the end of this year? What are those goals that are simple to get accomplished? Sometimes little successes along the way help you build the confidence in the momentum and the motivation for those larger overhanging fruit goals. We almost set ourselves up for failure when we look at the big goal instead of the little things first. Because if we don't get the big goal on our first try, the odds are we'll likely give up. We won't feel as motivated and inspired as we might have felt if we did 5 little things that boosted our confidence up before tackling the bigger goal. And honestly, you can make a list of 100 things that if you change would make you happier and make you the dream version of yourself, but just pick 3 to focus on this month. I want you to focus on building a routine that you can genuinely stick to. I think there's a lot of pressure in today's society to do things perfectly and to find the perfect fit because there's so many different options available. I want you to let go of all of the expectations and the images of things that you've seen about what the perfect life looks like. And I want you to build one that fills your cup. Build the perfect life for you. Don't keep setting yourself up for failure with things that you know aren't going to work for you. It is okay if your favorite influencer or your best friend has a routine of habits that works for them that doesn't align for you. That is okay. This is a month to try things out. Give yourself the grace to be flexible. I think for us, especially myself, I'm very guilty of this. We love everything to look aesthetic and perfect and dreamy. With fall starting, I can guarantee that our For You pages are going to be fall reset, my fall routine, my this, my that, and I love that content. I love being inspired by that content, but don't let inspiration feel like guilt. As a creator, a lot of us spend our time, especially full-time creators, their job is to inspire you to be better. And you need to leave that experience feeling inspired and not feeling neglectful or disappointed or depressed in the way that your own day-to-day looks. We were not put on this earth to be imitations of each other. When trying to copy someone or imitate someone else's life, it is never going to work for you because you are not them. And as much as we think we know other people, no one knows us better than we know ourselves. No one knows what works for you better than you. A lot of us struggle, especially myself, with the difference between discipline and punishment. And that's a video idea that I've really been struggling to create because I struggle with it myself. How am I going to get on here and tell you guys to do one thing if I'm struggling with it? Pretty hypocritical. And a lot of people are hypocritical in today's age, but you will not get that from me. I will admit that I am the CEO of failure. I fail a lot. I am not great at everything that I think I should be great at. It is okay to fail forward. It is okay to make a morning routine for the next 2 weeks that sucks and that you hate. You're learning. It is okay to continuously learn, but do not punish yourself. If you hate waking up at 5 a.m., don't. You're not setting up your day with the right intention. What are those part of your days that are chaotic or things about your day-to-day life that you really don't enjoy that you can change? Because there's some things in life, unfortunately, we can't change. Some things we just got to do. But this is our life and we do have power over some things. So focus on things that you can't control. Don't worry about everybody else, everything else. Just worry on this small bubble of things that you can control. Now this leads us to the most controversial part of this video. You know me, I can't make a video without being a little bit controversial. And it's funny because I didn't even realize how controversial I was until my best friends called me out on FaceTime yesterday. Now, let's be honest, I will admit to my kryptonite, I love Facebook. I can scroll on Facebook for hours. Actually, I spent 16 hours scrolling on Facebook last week. 16 hours. So what do we do when we're faced with those kind of revelations? I think the first thing is to face it head on. One way that I've really tried to combat this doom scrolling of mine is to stack it with something productive. So if I want to go watch an hour of Netflix, I will go do the Stairmaster for 30 minutes and I'll work out for 30 minutes while watching a movie. Or I will scroll on TikTok or Facebook for 30 minutes while I'm on the Stairmaster at the gym. There's a time and a place for everything. Now, I'm not saying to sit on your phone and doom scroll while you're taking up the only available bench at the gym, because if you do that, you're an op. The reason that works for me is because it's not that your ambition is getting stolen. We like to be connected, and social media is a great way for us to stay connected, to see our friends, see our family. But most of the time, that's not really who we're interacting with, is it? It's not. We're fangirling over an influencer or an idol. We're idolizing people, and we really need to start idolizing ourselves and put the priority from out here to in here. Please. So now that I have given the internet all of my deadly sins, what is your kryptonite? Where are you spending all of your time? What is your biggest distraction? And nothing is all bad. There's always balance. There's time to sit and doom scroll and decompress. But if you feel like you're wasting your time, then this is when you should look at what is taking your time. What is making you lose your ambition and your goals? The last thing I want to talk about today is our countdown to 2026. We are focusing on those goals that we made for 2025, our vision boards, our list of things that we said we were going to do. Where are we with those? What still aligns? What doesn't align? And what are we focusing on this month, in the next 4 months, to get us ready for 2026? We need to use the resources that we have today to get us ready for the next step. And the next step doesn't always have to be a new year, a new month. You can start over and refresh anytime that aligns with you. I'm filming my YouTube video right now. And you can almost think of it from like a corporate standpoint, because I'm a corporate girly. We have quarterly goals. We have annual goals, but we break them down into quarterly and monthly goals so they're easy to obtain and they're more manageable. I don't want you trying to get a year's worth of goals done in 1 week. It's just going to lead you to burnout. It's going to be overwhelming and it's not going to be healthy. And I also want you to understand that it's okay to not get all the goals you had for this year done by December 31st. That is okay. I really just want to encourage you to find the strength within yourself, that grounding feeling of, I feel ready to tackle this project, and this is how I'm going to do it. This is what I need to get this goal done. These are the resources I have. These are the resources I'm missing. This is what would make that goal easier. Just bite size it down. Simplify. A lot of times we're scared to start. We're scared to take the leap of faith. But not to scare you or freak you out, but time is going to keep going. Time is going to run out. There are some things that we can only do in short periods of life. And I'll be honest, that is a big fear of mine. Once you kind of cross certain thresholds, you can't go back. Like once I'm pregnant, once I'm a mother, I can't ever not be a mother again. I will always be a mother moving forward. That brings a lot of fear to me. That makes me feel like I'm running out of time. I think society puts this pressure on us and we are running out of time. But you take things at your own pace. Prioritize the things that need to get done first. So when we look at life that way, from a simple thing such as, I want to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, but it's only in September and October. I only have so much time to do that. That is something that I would say is tangible. But as my mom always says, you can always go next year. You don't have to do everything this year. I think there's a lot of pressure externally and internally from comparison that leads us to believe that, oh my God, I'm 25. This is everything I should have done yet. This is everything that I don't have done. This is everything that I'm missing. This is why I'm falling behind. You're not falling behind. You're on track. You're on your own individual track that you have set for yourself. Whether that's a divine power that you believe in, guiding you and encouraging you, whether that's your courage in yourself, you are on the right track. And honestly, I am proud of you for even showing up, because showing up for yourself is the first step in everything. And I tell you guys that every single month. You have to be your biggest fan. You have to idolize and love yourself and pour into yourself and fill your own cup first. And I really hope with these 5 things we talked about today, you feel inspired in some way. I've been running my mouth here for 50 minutes. I hope there's something that I said that has gotten to you, that has encouraged you to look forward to September. I look forward to experiencing Cool Girl Bootcamp with all of you. And this is really just the beginning. September is the beginning of our 4-month sprint to January. It is not the end, it is just the beginning. Tap into that sensation of peace and calm and tranquility that comes with the fall. Slow down, because if you don't, the world will, and you don't want to be left behind. I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye, guys.